End result there, 15 yards and a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they bring him down around the 34. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another one for Ford. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop made by K.J. Britt. Gets him close to 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Again, it's Chubb. That's a big hole left. And he's finally brought down at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. Here's Chubb. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Watson. He's on the move. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Trying to get it with the option, and he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They're going to run for it with Chubb. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Coming out throwing is Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Mayfield will look to throw. Got Evans, it's complete. And he gets this across the 10 before stepping out. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, here's Baker. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
First and 10, here's Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Completed over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. For the offense, you got to love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. First and 10 now from the 30. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Got a man. It's Njoku. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running right with Chubb. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Finds him over the middle. On the move, past the 40. Keeps it moving. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun, Watson. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns get it down to a single point. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns tie this game 7-7. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Bucky Irving now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They've got first down from the 31. Here's the give to Irving. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Godwin sent in motion right. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again is Baker. He's on the move. Now he takes it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Baker now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On the give, this is Irving. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Going to the ground again on first. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Mayfield now from the gun. Completes this one to Otten. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers break the tie here in the first. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. To return, Jerome Ford. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He'll get this to Tillman. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Hauled down by Christian Izien.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Watson to throw it. Avoid some trouble there. He's keeping it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Chubb up the middle. Breaks through, and he might break away. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Watson. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Watson. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns tie things up at 14. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin on that play. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
2nd down, Mayfield to pass. This finds Evans, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain from the secondary. Grant Delpit on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Irving here from the gun. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Baker now. Got his target, it's Otten. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Baker. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Godwin, the man in motion left. Baker throwing again. This throw is caught. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Mayfield to throw again. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 2nd quarter lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for first and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a first down pass play can and certainly was effective.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Browns with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Hauled down by Christian Izien. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
He's on the move. Now here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Chubb here on first down. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. And he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Watson now. It's into the hands of Chubb. And this one does not go far.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 28. This one finds Irving. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got first down from the 31. Mayfield now from the gun. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Irving hauls it in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Completes this one to Otten. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
1st and 10, here's Mayfield. This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, well, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Baker now from the gun. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 13-point lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out now comes the Browns offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And that gives the Browns a first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 43. He completes it in traffic. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Hauled down by Christian Izien.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Browns driving ahead. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Watson looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That pass complete to Irving. Pushing it up past the 30. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Baker throwing again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Mayfield to throw again. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A 49-yarder in front of him here. The kick by McLaughlin is good. The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, we've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here's Irving. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw is Mayfield. He's got a man left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Mayfield will look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Irving on the inside give. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. To throw, Mayfield. This one finds Irving. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They motion the tight end over. They'll run this with Irving. He'll cobble together a yard there. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Completed over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Evans, the motion man here. 1st down, here's Baker. Pass caught, 9-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield now from the gun. Bails out, and they take this in for the score. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Baker Mayfield, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers make it a 24-point ball game. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. Return's looking good so far. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Browns getting their offense out there. That score pushed the deficit to 24, so every opportunity to chip away at it important as they take the field. First and 10 now from the 30. Judy will go in motion right. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They give inside to Chung. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
From the 39. Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now a give right side to Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Again, it's Chubb. Space to the left. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Chubb runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
He's throwing for it! Chased out to his right. And he's in. The 2-point try cuts this lead to 16. That makes this a 2-score game. All right, partner, it is a small step on a long road back, but a necessary one. The touchdown and that conversion drop us back down to a 2-score game.
So you're saying there's a chance, Kate, just a little bit of a chance. Maybe they got to do it again and again
They got
and
it. Come
again.
on now.
But all I know, time may not be on their side, but they did gain just a little bit of momentum.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here's Irving. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff to Irving. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Once again, Irving. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Right back to Irving now. This is ahead for about 5. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's the give to Irving. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the give, this is Irving. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Making the tackle, Shelby Harris. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. He beams one deep right side. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Nearly an interception on that play, so that brings up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Hauled down by Christian Izien. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he gets him around 6 there. Yaya Diaby brings him down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Watson to the air. He'll get this to Tillman. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Second and 3 now. Watson now off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. Broke through the tackle. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Here's Chubb up the middle. He's contained at the line for no gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Chubb on the give, headed left. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Yaya Diaby brings him down. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Here's Watson. Brought in by Ford. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. But a flag came down, and if it's defensive, they could get another look at 3. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Now the Browns lining up for another 2-point conversion try. To throw, here's Watson. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll reach the end zone. They get 2 more points to help attack that deficit. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a 1-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them 1 snap away from a totally different ball game.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here's Irving. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Baker to throw. He's on the move. He's on the move. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, well, it was textbook.
Now it's Irving. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Here's 2nd and 2. Pass is caught at the 9. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Baker now from the gun. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers lead by 15 now. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he's tackled for a short gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Watson to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Play action. It's Watson. Bails out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
The Browns are lined up to punt. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That pass complete to Irving. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Receiver in motion going left. Baker out of the pistol. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Irving on the inside give. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Mayfield now from the gun. Completes this one to Otten.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Pressure coming, Baker. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Baker. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Mayfield to throw again. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down, ball at the 36. Baker throwing again. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers grow the lead now to 22 points. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Watson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 36. That one complete to Njoku. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's Watson. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Jukes out a one-stop. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Here's Watson, 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. It's complete to Ford. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. It's a design boot. Chubb brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Staying on the ground with Ford. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, and he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
He brings it in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Chubb trying to run his way in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
And the Browns going for 2 once again. He's throwing for it. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. And they stay perfect, Brock. That's a perfect 3 for 3 now on 2-point tries. Is it just automatic at this point that if there's a touchdown, they're going to go for 2?
Well, I think until this defense stops them, that answer is going to be yes. It's not supposed to be this easy. I mean, the numbers tell you you're not supposed to have this kind of success rate, but it's really clear this defense has no answer. Run, pass, confidence, The offense is owning them.
Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Buccaneers manage to recover the football. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
First and 10 from the 41. They put a receiver in motion right. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. He throws a bullet to the center. They connect on the deep shot. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Here's Watson. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, Watson. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Offense up to the line fast. First and 10. Here's Watson. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Offense in the hurry up here. From the 45 on second down. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
2nd and 3 now. From the 32. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Sticking to the air with Watson. Finding Judy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Browns trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. They'll come up 1st and 10. To throw, here's Watson. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. He just throws this one away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Watson looking to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Throwing it again here. He's got it on the slant. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Watson has it, 3rd and goal. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns get it back to a 14-point game. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Buccaneers manage to recover the football. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Well, even with that kick, wasn't much chance of pulling off the late comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I think we can take the fork out and you know where to put it.
Yeah, they went out swinging. They did everything that they could do, but it just shows you in the NFL, premium for possessions. And when you stall out early and you dig yourself this kind of hole, awfully hard to come back and win.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Carry here for Irving. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Second down now, 7 to go. Right back to Irving now. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Watson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Watson to the air. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's cut at the 25. That's no way to end the game, right, Brock? Can't have a defensive penalty on the final play, so an untimed down coming up. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying, they kept taking shots to the very end, but now we have reached that end. This one's over. Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.